So I'm sure you guys know by now, former Colorado Buffaloes defensive lineman Bishop Thomas has just landed with Georgia State University. He also sat down with Listen to DP podcast, where he exposed Well Off Media, Reach the People Media, and the rest of those guys. I'm going to talk about that in this video, so let's get to it.
Every other city I go, from Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. To every other city I go. From Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know.
So former Colorado Buffaloes defensive lineman Bishop Thomas was suspended indefinitely for violating team rules, according to sources last year. In fact, that also took in effect of this season as well. Now, Bishop Thomas is 6'2", 300 pounds. He appeared in 117 defensive snaps back in 2023 with 6 total tackles. Was a very good key piece of the defensive line, if you ask me, as far as Colorado's defense. But in fact, Bishop Thomas had just found a new home, and he took to social media with Listen to DP podcast, exposing Well Off Media, Reach the People Media, and the rest of those guys as far as the video editing. I'm going to play this clip and let you guys hear a few pieces of this interview, and then I'm going to give you guys my thoughts after.
It's very tricky. One thing can really, somebody can take it and run with it. Facts. And you don't know how much reach can the next person get with that comment, that facial expression they call it. It don't even matter. It's about what they put out. So it's just, I feel like that's the hard part. The hard part is knowing you don't have the control on editing these videos.
And the camera's always rolling.
So they catch things you don't really catch, or you don't even see on the video, but they got that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the hard part, is not knowing what you're going to see today. Not knowing what's going to be out. Not knowing who's saying about what's your name. I really don't care.
Yeah.
Because I just worry about ball.
So you guys heard on Listen to DP with Bishop Thomas speaking about some of the things he did not like as far as with Colorado. He's basically saying with the media and the camera and everything rolling in his face 24/7, you just can't hide anything if you're doing something wrong. That's basically what he's saying in a nutshell. My personal opinion, at the end of the day, you still was suspended indefinitely for violating team rules. Have you had not done that, cameras would not have been a problem. And if you think about it, when you get to the next level, if you get to the NFL level, cameras will be rolling 24/7. You will be watched extremely 24/7. This is what it comes with football in general, not just Colorado, just in football, period. Social media is definitely is a thing now in this generation that we're in. If I was a player in this generation, I definitely would have to adapt to the new climate, because I agree with him as far as back in the day, it wasn't a big deal. You know, cameras could not be inside a facility, but now we are in a different era. And even when you walk out as a NFL player, you have cameras rolling on you 24/7. So in my personal opinion, that is an excuse. They also spoke about, Bishop Thomas' excitement as far as playing for Georgia State. I want you guys to take a listen to that, and then I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts. Let's keep the train rolling.
You went from Florida State, where you say you've seen some of the glitz and the glamour, nothing crazy, right? Then you go to Colorado, where it's Hollywood in Boulder, Colorado. All the stars are coming out, all the rappers are coming out. Now you're back to Georgia State, where I'm gonna assume it's straight ball, right? You got somebody coming from Georgia, where that's what they're about. We're about winning. So now, does that excite you to say, you know what, man, this is my next stop, and I'm just ready to hunker in on these grades, get the school done, and ball? What's the most exciting part for you about being at Georgia State?
So I'm going to stop the video right here. We'll have a link in the description for those that want to watch this whole entire video. But I just want you guys to hear the way that this reporter asked this question to Bishop Thomas, as far as saying, just because celebrities and want to win. I mean, this is somebody that's been known to win in everything he has done in his life. Why are you questioning these things just because you see rappers and attention and media surrounding this football team? Is complete BS in my personal opinion. As far as Georgia State University, congratulations to Bishop Thomas. I feel like he's a hell of a football player. 6'2", 305. As I said before, played in 9 games in 2023. He transferred to Boulder as a freshman after, his few games at Florida State. I think it's going to be a great fit for him considering it's not a real big time school. I mean, Georgia State University is not very, very big when we start speaking about conference size. So I think Bishop Thomas definitely will fit in immediately. But at the end of the day, it goes back to the same situation. Whenever Kamani McLean signed with a football team, he's still going to have to fix the off the field issues. I feel the same with Bishop Thomas. Regardless of what the reason for him to get suspended, at the end of the day, I personally trust Deion Sanders, Primetime Sanders, Coach Prime as a human being, and I really feel like he would not suspend anyone for no reason. With that being said, regardless of what it was, Bishop Thomas must, wherever he goes, avoid being suspended for violating team rules, because at the end of the day, if that happens again, it's going to be a situation where, you know, it's just going to be another repetition of his football career. So I'm excited for the kid. He's one of my favorite players that I enjoy watching because I felt like he played with a chip on his shoulder. He plays with a lot of aggression, what was needed for Colorado in general. But at the end of the day, it was things as far as being suspended that kept him from being on the football field. So drop a comment, let me know what you guys think about that interview, as well as Bishop Thomas going to Georgia State University. And if you guys like the video, definitely like, subscribe to the channel. Peace.